A very good morning, everybody. Good morning. I am Venkat Reddy. I am in Forest Service. Okay, and I welcome you for our institute. I am working in. Thank you. And I heard that there are many students have come. And Mosina madam, you are Mosina madam. Okay, you teach which subject, madam? English, madam. Okay. आप शांता मैडम है. So श्रीलता मैडम आप हिंदी पढ़ाई. ओके ओके वेरी सरिता मैडम. Okay, very good. Very, very good morning, everybody. Once again, we are happy to receive you, and this is part of our Prakriti program. As you know, I think you have eco clubs in your school. Green, okay, green corps. So I think greenhouses.
Other classes are there.
Okay, very good. The purpose is to sensitize you because everybody is conscious about your environment, forest, wildlife. We want to make you sensitize about environment, forest, and our uh, various environmental problems. And this is our Prakriti program. We are sponsored by Ministry of Environment and Forest. I think there is Delhi Forest Ministry is there. Our institute also comes under Forest Ministry, and this is part of Prakriti program. We want to sensitize you school children. We are conducting various programs to various stakeholders like students, farmers, other stakeholders, though whoever want to. We are giving training programs, such awareness programs we are conducting. I think in your school also Vanamotsava you must have celebrated. Wildlife Week, Vanamotsava you will celebrate.
Yes,
Uh,
we do so.
you do celebrate too.
Because of pandemic, it stopped.
Okay.
Because these children at home for past
या
2 years.
ओके वेरी गुड. आप हिंदी मीडियम में पढ़ाई करते हैं और इंग्लिश मीडियम बोथ? ओके, आप हिंदी और इंग्लिश सब लोग समझेगा. आई हर्ड दैट यू आर फ्रॉम गोलकोंडा केंद्रीय विद्यालय स्कूल. ओके, you most of you are from your parents are in defense services or mostly defense service. Okay, very good. You are coming from various parts of India. They must be you. I think everybody understand English, no? English or Hindi? Hindi, very good. That is good. And you can intervene in Hindi or English also or Telugu also. You can ask. And basically, I was telling that you are also having about the idea about environment, forest, wildlife. These things you are aware. I think in your social sciences you are studying about forest, wildlife, uh, and you in civics also you must have studied about fundamental duties. Fundamental duties. One of the fundamental duty is Article 51A. I think you must have studied. You must protect your environment, forest, lakes, rivers. That is also a fundamental duty of a citizen. And you must have compassion for your wild animals, plants, and and that means it is your duty also. It is binding on your duty. You protect environment, forest, and the way we keep our surroundings, whether we want to keep clean, whether we want to keep dirty, that depends on us only. And our generation, um, they have not much done for environment, but your generation you can keep your surroundings very clean and neat and clean. That is the purpose. We want to make you environment friendly so that you can keep your surroundings neat and clean. And we want to make you as a green society so that you can protect your trees. And you may be knowing 24% of forest area cover we are having in India. And your teachers must have told you what is the percentage required for maintaining balance on our earth. What is the percentage of forest cover? You must be having 33% forest cover is required. That was the global norms, but it is not there. It is not the uh, forest. Inside the forest it is not possible. The area is limited, but outside forest you can very well increase tree cover so that our target will be fulfilled. And you may be having, we want to make you passion. You should have a passion towards your forest, environment, wildlife. You have to protect it because these forests are nowadays threatened, endangered because the forest cover is shrinking. That is causing various global problems. we are unable to, our ecological balance is not maintained because of loss of forest cover. You may be having basic idea what is the benefit of forests, not only for oxygen and water, various other ecological services they are providing. Ecological services the forests provide, because water we get from forest, and we will get clean air, and our rivers groundwater is recharged, because we have in our forests they attract clouds, and you get rain, and that is the purpose we need to protect. But um, because your generation is coming with new ideas, and we should have a compassion for your forests and wildlife. Okay, then your school also they may be conducting various competitions for quiz, elocution on forest wildlife. But today also you are going to have some quiz competition on to test your awareness about forests wildlife. All of you are ready to attend this quiz. Okay, very good. You must participate in such activities, uh, because our the earth, we have one earth, but our population is exploding, and that is not a problem if we maintain balance between forests, wildlife, development, and environment. Because we need development for our various needs have to be fulfilled. No, we have to procure our food from where we will get. We have to increase our agriculture production, and our land area is limited, and most of the forest area is converted to agriculture, industry, urbanization, where we need housing also. For that purpose also, um, we have destroyed our forest cover, but now we are conserving. We are conserving, and our now we can't divert any forest further. Whatever forest is existing now, we will retain it. No, and we have forest conservation act. Under that, we are not supposed to uh, any divert any fresh forest for any other purpose, agriculture or industry, mining, or any other irrigation project, any other development project. Our forests are renewable resources, we can replant it, that no doubt, but that is not happening fast. No, we are the way we are destroying, we are not replanting in that uh, that is the reason our forest is depleting, and we should not, there is a need to conserve it, and we all resources we get from forest areas only. No, mining mines, where most of the mines are in forest areas. Coal, where we will get coal mines are in forest areas. Iron ore, bauxite ore, where these ores are there in most of the forest areas. For that purpose, where mining is required. No, other how our industries will sustain. Industry is also required, industrial growth is required. For that purpose, we are doing mining, destroying our forest, but that should be done in a sustainable manner. Sustainable manner means we should not destroy it permanently, it should sustain. And we have destroyed, but we have reduced your opportunities. That should not happen. Even though we are our the old generation, they were getting more benefits from our forest. They were having fresh clean air. Most of the forest cover, they are fulfilling their needs from forest areas only. But nowadays the forest area is shrinking. That is the, and we need to conserve it. For that purpose, we need a vibrant generation, like a green society. Sensitive people like you are needed, so that if you become sensitized, we can create such a society, green society, who are nature friendly. If you are a good nature observer, you will become a good conservationist, and you observe birds, plants, you nature, and you will develop some interest, some temperament for conservation. And if you conserve our resources, we can get our ecological, maintain our ecological balance. That will sustain our nature environment, so that not only your generation, your future generation also will get same benefits from our forests whatever benefits our forefathers were getting from forests, and you will also get same similar benefits you will get. That is the concept of sustainability. Sustainability means you can take in a limited manner, but you should not destroy it permanently. You should, even though if you cut trees, you should replant it so that it will sustain, it will not destroy permanently. And that is the concept of sustainability. And so that not only you, your future generations, your coming generations also, they will also get similar benefits like we are getting, our generation was getting. And same benefits your generation should also get, and your coming generations after you also should get the same benefits from our forest areas. And the quality should not be reduced. Even if you use also, the quality should not be reduced. We have to maintain the same quality of our forests, nature, wildlife, same wildlife. It should not lead to extinction. If we destroy forest, your wildlife also become extinct. And how can we conserve it? We should maintain in our resources in a sustainable manner, all resources. But we need development also. Without development, how we will progress? Without fossil fuels, our vehicles will not run. There will not be, our industries will not run. There won't be any production. But we have to maintain in a sustainable manner. In development, industrial growth is taking place. Industries are required. But in industrial process, what you will produce? You use minerals, raw materials. Raw materials we are getting from forest areas, mines, agriculture. These are the major sources of raw materials. You use raw materials in your industries, and you produce goods and services. In that process, what is happening? You are producing some wastes. Wastes are produced. Wastes are not recycled into our environment. They are accumulating. Wastes are being accumulated over a period of time. Waste materials. In industrial process, what waste material? In carbon dioxide released into atmosphere. And various byproducts are also in chemical pollutants. They are released from industries. They are causing pollution, land pollution. They dump after mining, the mining waste is dumped. After industrial process, lot of waste products are produced. These waste products are not recycled into our environment because they are not biodegradable. And this you should have a clear idea about what is waste, what is resource. If you consume the resource, you will produce some waste also. Some kind of goods required for you also you are producing. For that purpose, goods also, they will serve for your purposes. I hope you are understanding. You are not feeling bored, no? Okay. If you are interested, I think you can able to understand. You are in high school level. They can able to understand, no?
They are able to.
Okay, they will. And waste have to be recycled. In lot of plastic waste are you are producing. You are throwing on your surroundings only. That is causing pollution. Lot of pollution we are generating. Land pollution, water pollution. Water bodies are also. We are polluting water bodies also. Our rivers are polluted. Lot of industrial sewage, our household sewage, we are releasing into our rivers, causing our pollution in our rivers, lakes, even seashore areas. This pollution we can reduce, no? By adopting some methods, by following some certain norms. It is depends on our only. It depends on what way we manage our surroundings also look like. If you want to keep our room clean, you can keep. If you throw everything in your room, how it will look? It will not look nice. That is the purpose of our whole environment, our whole earth also we should keep it neat and clean, because we have one earth, and that should be kept. Otherwise, if you go on releasing carbon dioxide into atmosphere, that is causing global warming. That our temperature is rising. Our this Arctic, Antarctic areas, the snow is melting and causing this sea levels are rising. That is the various other environmental problems are because of global warming occurring. That is the reason at global level lot of efforts are being taken place, and forests are the source of sink. What forests will do? They absorb carbon dioxide from atmosphere and they fix carbon, no? You must have studied in your science. In photosynthesis process, carbon dioxide is absorbed by plants and they release oxygen, so that atmospheric carbon dioxide is reduced, and global warming problem is solved. That is the reason we have to increase our recover not only in forest areas, outside forest areas also we are increasing. That is the reason we are taking up many plantation along the roadside. Plantation we take up in your colony also. We will take up plantation along the roads. In your surrounding house surroundings also you can plant, so that will reduce global warming, solve the global problem, and you are the solution for that. If you have a idea about that, you will develop some solution. Global, not only global warming, and the land pollution has to be reduced. We should not throw all waste into our land. Effective, you can recycle biodegradable materials. What are biodegradable materials? Whatever you get from plant sources, those are biodegradable. You can recycle into it. You can make compost. If you fill it in the landfills, that will become recycled into soil. But if you fill this plastic waste, it will not be recycled. It will remain for hundreds of years, the plastic waste. That is the reason they cause pollution. They are the residues, and they have caused negative effects. Not, they don't have any positive effects. What these residues or wastes, they are causing negative effects. We have to reduce the negative effect of these waste materials. That's why the concept of circular economy has come. The recycling we need to adopt. What they do in recycling process, what plastic materials, waste, paper, that is recycled. That not only reduce environmental pollution, but also the materials or wastes are recycled into useful products. That is the reason that we should not throw waste, any plastic materials or metals, waste iron or any other metal also, we should not throw into anywhere. We should properly collected and properly disposed. Any plastic material or any waste material, that we should recycle it. In a ecosystem, natural ecosystem, what will happen? It will balance itself. But in a man-made ecosystem, what is happening? We are producing pollutants. The effect of pollutants should be reduced. Pollution should be reduced, and so that we can keep our earth, we can keep our surroundings clean. Not only our surroundings, we can keep our globe also, protect our globe from various environmental hazards like pollution hazards, global warming, and other pollution effects. And apart from that, today's program we include some field visit also. You can able to identify some plants. Our staff will show some of the many. We have many plants in our campus. It is our natural forest only. It is a reserve forest only. You can observe, so that you can observe lot of birds in our campus. These are we are maintaining a proper ecosystem. What is ecosystem? We have to proper mix of all the plants, animals. All animals live together without disturbing them. You should have a proper idea about your environment, ecosystem, and resources conservation. We have to conserve our resources and use our resources optimally. We should not waste our energy resources also. If we waste energy, how it is produced electricity? We will get from thermal power stations. How thermal power stations will run? They run from coal. They are using coal. If we burn coal, we produce electricity from thermal power station, and we are using electricity in our. But that also causes environmental problems. How it is causing? Thermal power stations release lot of carbon dioxide into atmosphere. That is not coal is not a renewable resource. It will exhaust over it. Please. You want to ask anything? Yeah, okay. And we have to develop renewable energy sources. But hydroelectricity is renewable. We can fill the dam and we can generate hydroelectricity. But thermal power stations, they run on coal, fossil fuels. They are called fossil fuels. The petroleum products, coal, these are fossil fuels. Over a period of time, if you keep on using, what will happen to them? They will exhaust. And we have to conserve them. We have to use optimally. We have to concentrate more on renewable energy resources. What are renewable energy resources? Hydroelectricity. And forest is also a renewable resource. We can plant and grow trees. that is a renewable resource. Forest is also a renewable source. Hydroelectricity, that is a renewable source. Solar energy, solar power also we can generate using solar photovoltaic cells. We can trap sunlight and produce electricity also. That is a renewable energy source, because light is permanent. Light is everywhere. Sunlight is everywhere. It can't be depleted, no. By using, you can use whatever amount of sunlight you can use. That can be then produce energy. You can from electricity, solar energy you can produce. That will not cause any pollution. Hydroelectricity also will not cause any pollution. Simply you have to run a turbine and you produce electricity from hydroelectric projects. We have to consider, that is the idea of developing renewable energy source. Forest is also a renewable energy source. You can keep on plant. If you cut also, you can keep on plant. But if that doesn't happen, that is not happening. We are keep on cutting. We are not replanting again. If we replant, that will not cause problem. But if you plant, that can be used. That will act as a carbon sink, and we can fix carbon, atmospheric carbon dioxide, and reduce global warming. And we have to and we can produce fossil fuels also from agriculture, tree products, and a lot of agriculture waste also used. Ethanol also can be produced from plant source only. That can also be used as a fuel. These are the renewable energy sources. We have to develop renewable energy source, and we have to reduce our use of fossil fuels. What are fossil fuels? Petroleum products, coal, and other fossil fuels. We have to reduce their use, and if we use also, we have to use with proper caution, so that they can't be depleted permanently. They will not cause much pollution to our environment. This is the idea. And apart from that, we should have compassion for our wildlife also, nature. Lot of wild animals are being extinct because there is a hunting took place earlier, and their habitats are destroyed. Many wild animals, they venture into agriculture fields. Why they are venturing? Because forest is being depleted, and we have to conserve their habitat. No, they live in forest area only. That is their natural home for many wild animals, and their habitat has to be protected. And many areas they are killed for hunting, for food source, but that should not happen. If a plant animal species becomes extinct, and it is difficult to regenerate them. If we want to protect any wild animal, we have to conserve their habitat also. We have to conserve the forest area, so that the wild animals will not become extinct. And for that purpose, everybody should have, this is not only forest department's role. All citizens, they should have love for their nature, environment, surroundings, wildlife. If we have passion for nature and wildlife, we can conserve them. This is the idea. And we will, our program includes some other speakers also. Mostly we will have quiz program, and this you will observe mostly our in campus plants, animals you can observe, and you can develop some interest in our conserving our forests, nature. Nature should be keep in intact, whether it is a desert, whether it is a river, whether it is a lake, whether it is a coastal region, whether it is a water wasteland. It should be kept in its natural form. We should not interfere with nature. Nature itself maintains balance. If we keep on interfering with nature, there will be a lot of problem. Lot of floods are causing, because we are obstructing natural processes. Natural processes, we are blocking rivers. That will cause floods. If we allow natural course of river to continue, then it will not cause flood. And if we destroy forest in a river catchment area, what will happen? Then if it rains, all rainwater will come at a time into the river. That is causing flood. But if you retain forest, what will happen? the water will be released slowly, and that will not flood the habitat. And these things, these basic things we have to keep in mind. And you are very interesting group, and you should have um, passion for your you should have a hobby, for some hobby for nature, watching nature or watching birds, and uh, keeping track of your wild animals. You should have a passion for trekking, passion for trekking in wild habitat, forest areas, so that you will become a naturalist. And you will but you may select a different profession. Now you are in high school level, you will I have some idea what you want to become in your future, whether you want to be serve in your defense services, or whether you want to become a professional like doctor or engineer, whether you want to become an administrative officer, or whether you want to join in forest service. That you should develop interest. If you have interest, you will commit to forest area. This is also, because if you become a forest officer, what will happen? Um, 1/4 of a area will be under your control. As I have told, no, 24 of percentage of our land area is forest area only. You will be managing 24% of our forest area, of our land resource. Our land resources are very limited, very fragmented also. In agriculture sector, very fragmented. People are having very less land holdings, but in forest we have a vast chunk of 24 percentage of forest cover in our forest department manages. If you develop such interest in forest wildlife, you can become a forest officer. How we will become? You can after your intermediate or plus 12, you can join BSc or any engineering or any other science graduate agriculture course. You can pursue BSc forestry course also. You can pursue MSc forestry course. If not, that is not done, you can join in any science course. You can appear for forest service examination. You will become a forest officer. And you should have some idea about what you want to become. But it is the duty of all citizens. You should have love for your forest, nature, wildlife. That is the purpose of this today's program. And I hope you have understood what I mean. And we will continue with our programs. We will our staff, Mr. Manikanta Reddy, will give a brief introduction about what are our activities. You can generate some interest in our activities. You can uh, pursue a career in forestry research also. Lot of wildlifers, lot of wildlife photographers, they work in forest areas. They are working on wildlife, wild animals. They are working in forest areas as researchers also. We have Wildlife Institute of India to Dehradun. They are doing research on our wildlife. And we have Indian Council of Forestry Research Education, Forest Research Institute at Dehradun. That is our head office. Ours is a branch office. We do research in forestry and forestry related areas. And our scientists, we are engaging a lot of scientists also in our working in our. You can uh, if you have interest, you can have scientific temperament, you can become a scientist in forest or wildlife. uh, this is basically to generate some interest in our forest. But you can clear your doubts, you can with our other resource persons. And thank you for joining us, and thank you for listening to. Thank you, madam. And okay, we will continue with our other programs. And I think today's programs will be benefited. You will be benefited from our today's programs. Other lectures will continue, and you take input from them, and you can clear your doubts if you have any. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.